Good evening to everyone. Hello, everyone. And we are going to start off with another session for our weekly Lovingly Lulay. Thank you so much for those who are tuning in right now. I'm just having some. It's quite. I must admit, I'm quite late today. Thank you for the first like. Yes. And how's your day been, everyone? I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward for the weekend. Dahil Friday ngayon, it's not the usual Friday that we are always looking forward to because of the pandemic. Catch Fry and Grill Resto, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, thank you. Gusto ko pong malaman kung okay ba yung ating salamat, salamat po ang ating audio. Naririnig po ba ninyo? Medyo late po yung ating session ngayon kasi meron pa po akong naging kausap kanina sa meeting. So, yun nga, hope you would all forgive me. But usually, we're not staying that long. Usually, mga 1 hour the most ang ating session for today or for every session that we have. At dun po sa mga tumutuloy po sa ating tahanan ngayon, pwede po kayong mag-like at share sa inyong community para po makatulong din tayo sa mga kaibigan natin na nangangailangan ng konting liwanag at tulong sa mga dinadala nilang problema. Ang Lovingly Lulay po ay para sa mga kaibigan natin na nangangailangan ng tulong, ng gabay, or lalabasan nila ng sama ng loob. Dahil, syempre, kailangan nating tanggapin ang katotohanan na kahit gaano kagaling ang isang tao, kahit gaano katalino, hindi sila mabubuhay at hindi nila mabubuo ang isang konsepto kung sila po ay hindi hihingi ng tulong sa ibang tao. Diba? Sabi nga nila, there's no man is an island. Diba? Sabi. You can be the best person you are. You can be the best person na kayo ang salamat for confirming. Catch Fry and Grill. Thank you. You can be the best person you are. Pero how will you know if mag-isa ka lang? How will you know if you're doing a good job kung wala ring taong magko-confirm, mag-affirm, although hindi naman natin kinakailangan lahat ng affirmation magagaling sa ibang tao. Pero, ito rin yung pagbabalik sa rason na kung bakit ba tayo nabubuhay sa mundo, di ba? Walang sino man ang nabubuhay para sa sarili lamang. Di ba? Salamat sa patamsak, Catch Fry and Grill. We have 3 million in the house. Mega love shoutout po sa 3 million in the house. In few minutes, magsisimula po tayo. Interesting ang ating topic ngayon. Dahil, medyo napapanahon ito dahil we are in the phase of, oo nga, may pandemic tayo, pero we are in the phase of accepting a person of who he is or who she is. Yun yung accepting a person kung saan siya, komportable. Mega mega love shout out to 1878 Orange. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you so much for staying with us. And we are in a phase of um, the less pretensions kasi um, we accept people from outside being female and male. So it's not officially that we're accepting there are other genders, pero we are accepting the fact that there are other or gender orientation, or if you would say sexual orientation, or individual orientation, whichever label you would like to call it. We are in that phase that we are accepting or embracing the extended version of a person's common box, if we are going to describe that in a unique way. We are in a phase where there is the existence of rainbows and unicorns, diba? So probably you have an idea of the topic that we are about to tackle today. Kung sino po yung interested, you can also chat in the chat box any inquiries related to our letter sender for tonight. And it is I could say that it could be in a normal phase, but um, as I read through it, kasi the person involved already gone that phase of knowing himself or herself na ano ba talaga ako, di ba? Lahat ng tao kasi dumadaan dyan, di ba? Especially yung mga girls, may mga faces kayo na meron kayong mga images na you would like to portray, di ba? Kasi it makes you feel good or somehow it makes you feel comfortable or relaxed. Kaya, let us begin, of course, by just recognizing that this is the 8th week of our lovingly Lulay, and I'm just pleased to um, know that there are people who really need guidance and assistance, who seek and acknowledge that they have to trust other people, and in any way, whatever advice or suggestions or solutions I may have come up and discuss as we go on with our program, at the end of the day, it will always be the person's decision if you will accept it or not. Kasi I can only vouch of my experiences personally or through peers, through my friends, and the advices that I usually being asked with my younger years, and based as well on my professional background, and with my observation kasi I'm keen observant, and I like watching people. It's not being nosy, but I like, okay, let's rephrase. I like people watching, or I like watching people, whichever it makes sense, um, whichever would make sense more or better. I like observing things, and if there will be odds, I like making up conclusions. Um, how would I say this? I would discuss to some people. I would wonder. I would ask. So yun. We are in this phase na kung saan we accept everything, everything. It's a rainbow out there, and before we used to think about unicorns are like special wishes, but now most of us we accept that unicorns are actually real. Diba? In our thoughts and beliefs and things as such in dealing with our personal interactions or relationships. It is unicorns. We do believe in unicorns, right? Hi, Jenrick Rodriguez, Tamsak Dan host. Thank you so much. So as we go on with the program, let me just reinform you guys. I won't be able to do the tamsak and dikitan portion because I would like to concentrate on the advices. But however, I'm giving you the freedom for 1 hour to drop your link and you can be friends with each other with your houses or your channels. Okay, okay. So, magsimula na tayo. Let's start. Yes, yes, yes. So today is the 8th week of Lovingly Lulay, and today's session is is commonly happening around us, but I would say this is a special one because not all people, or it's not commonly for someone who will open up this kind of situation. So it could be a yes or a no, depends on how each of us would interpret the letter. And hello, Liana's Adventures. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, mega love shout out to you too. Thank you so much. So here we go, and let us begin with our letter. Thank you, thank you. I wouldn't know how I go about with. Ayan, okay, okay. Dear Lulay, pinabati ko ang programa mo. Dati, naaalala ko na nakikinig ako ng mga kwento ng iba. Hindi dumaan sa isipan ko na magagawa ko ito. Ibahagi ko muna ang aking nakaraan. Tawagin mo na lang akong Petra, the usual common Filipino family, pero only child ako. Naging matalik na kaibigan ko si Pilar. Parang naging halos magkapatid na kami. Si Pilar ay anak ng kumare ng nanay ko kasi inaanak ni nanay ang kuya ni Pilar. Dalawa silang magkapatid na halos naging kapatid ko na rin. Dumaan ang ilang taon, halos hindi kami nagkawalay ni Pilar. Lalo at nang magtungo ng USA for scholarship ang kuya niya. I remembered witnessing how she would tell me her crushes and how she imagined herself having a boyfriend. It was fine for me Until one day, nahuli ko si Pilar nakikipag-usap sa sinasabi niyang crush. Lulay, biglang kinurot ang puso ko. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. I am supposed to be happy for her, pero bakit I feel jealous? At first, akala ko dahil natakot ako na may kahati sa oras at atensyon ni Pilar. A year later, few months ago this year to be specific, we are both on our 20s. Hindi pa graduate si Pilar kasi she has to stop schooling dahil namatay ang tatay niya due to COVID. I am nearly graduating pero natatakot ako. Natatakot ako na mawala ang Pilar ko. Is it too late for me to see myself and learn if this is just a sisterly love or more than that? I care for Pilar to say how much I love her. It feels strange for me to accept that I am a woman dahil being with Pilar makes me see myself more of her protector and the man to be. I am really confused. Tama ba ito? Please guide me. I will accept all criticisms. Lovingly, Pilar. Um, Let me just recognize the people who just came in. Yes, when I get that channel, thank you so much for coming. Ayan, pwede kayo maglablaban dyan as I discuss. Pero if you want to participate with the discussion, um, I am as well welcome. For the coming sessions, yes, I will be using StreamYard so that whoever wants to jump in and get involved with the discussion, it's going to be something new. Yes, thank you, Mega Love Shoutout sa lahat from Buenageta. So our letter sender already stated that she has a best friend who started off as being a childhood friend, has given her the opportunity to be closer to this young girl during their younger years kasi nga, she is the only daughter ng family. So, the opportunity became stronger for them to be closer to each other kasi nga, the brother of Pilar has to leave. Kaya yung opportunity for Pilar and Petra to be together became more and more became stronger. And I would just want to inform you guys, it's not the real name, so it is an agreement between me and the letter sender, or if the letter sender agrees or wouldn't mind putting out the real information for of his personal profile. It is after when I receive the letter that I make a confirmation as to when I'm going to feature the letter. Kaya um, that's how it goes. So sa case niya, they are under 20s, although she didn't say that Well, it won't make any difference anyway, pero she just mentioned that she's graduating, so I presume she is about like 21, 22, something like that, early 20s. And the main concern that, I mean, the first question that she asked, kung tama ba? Is she right in saying that she feels something of more than being the sister of Pilar, the friend of Pilar? Kasi she is confused with her feelings of being jealous with Pilar's encounter or interaction with the so-called crushes, or probably anybody that she fancied or that she has special feelings with the opposite gender. Diba? We may not even say if it's too late for her to identify or to undergo with knowing her personality, kasi usually in stages in life, it goes through teens. Yung teenager ka, that is how when you start to develop your personality, na ito ang gusto ko, this is what I want, this is the image that I want to portray, this is the image that I want to be when I grow up, or when I graduate from college, or when I become a professional. Diba? Ando doon tayo sa teen phase. On her case, she's already on the 20s, early 20s. For her, she accepts the fact that I think it's too late. But there are other factors that we must consider. Ano yon? Kasi she is the only child. We have to remember that being exposed to genders, different gender orientations, different people, to be exact, no? Let's disregard the gender, pero to different people. Being exposed in school is actually different from being exposed at home. Kasi in school, you have that boundary that you follow certain rules of the school um, to portray being a bona fide student of that school. Yeah? And exposure to different people at home is different as well. Kasi at home, that is where you remove everything. You remove the uniform. You remove the inhibitions of portraying this behaved student. Kasi you become more relaxed. You get naked in the sense that this is where you fart with your relatives. This is the place where you um, remove your booger at home. I mean, those simple personal things na you feel comfortable without being consciously observed by other people. Diba? Iba yung comfort na nasa school ka, iba rin yung comfort na nasa bahay ka. Diba? So, being on that comfort zone, it gives you the freedom to express yourself. It gives you the freedom to gain more confidence, gain more trust to yourself, at saka gain more strength in dealing with other things, like yung mga small things na dapat mong unawain in interacting with other people, mga ganon. So, sa face ng teens, kaya nga sabi nila medyo fragile yung face na yon, nararanasan yun. For somebody who is the only child, I'm not saying, but in general, I'm not saying that it is a bit, how would I describe it? Yung pang um, unusual pero hindi. The only thing or the only difference kung only child at saka with siblings kasi, with siblings, there's a continuity of that exposure, of that feeling of comfort, of that interaction until you go home. Whereas kung isang anak lang, only child, no siblings, syempre the phase of the transition is when you are at school, you have this interaction with other people, and then you go home, added to the fact na, let's say, your parents are busy, or you stay with your nanny, your grandma, or let's say you have a single parent, nagbabago pagdating sa bahay. When you go home, it changes kasi yung transition from having these kinds of people shifts immediately to being alone. Factors would actually add up, like a huge age gap between your relatives, or you may not have the sibling but you have your cousins. So, iba nagbabago. With her case, it seems like she didn't have the chance of much exposure to other people dahil umikot ang kanyang mundo with Pilar, diba? Petra evolved herself, her routine, with being with Pilar. So ang nangyari ngayon, nung umalis yung kuya ni Pilar, it gave them a better interaction, or a closer, a stronger bind, na maging hi there, K for cake, shout out sa doggy. Oo nga eh, no? Aw is real. So na maging, eto yung situation namin na, teka muna, paano ngayon yan? Diba? Kasi she is, I can sense that she is scared. She is scared kasi she could not imagine herself without Pilar. So Petra could not imagine herself without Pilar. And being together, nagkaroon na ng first step na magbago iyon. Kasi nga, there's one thing that lost their common grounds, yung schooling, na Pilar has to stop going to school, while Petra has to continue kasi nga the father of Pilar, probably the breadwinner, died because of COVID. And she has to sacrifice and she has to stop. Wala pa yung kanyang kuya. So, yung phase na mangangailangan ng companion, lalo si Pilar, ay medyo magbi-build up. Pero kasi depende yan sa how Pilar will manage her issue with that. Dahil ito namang si Petra, ang ating letter sender, she is still occupied with the hours of going to school. So, di ba, imagine ninyo, dating sabay sila, nahinto ang isa, yung isa kailangan mag-continue. Ang issue ngayon na nakikita ko kay Petra, paano siya magko-continue? She is feigning to accept na yung kanyang best friend na lagi niyang kasama ngayon, hindi niya makakasama along the way. So ano ba to? Parang may naghihila sa kanya na hihinto rin ba ako? Or if I go on, paano naman si Petra? I mean si Pilar. Um, there is a small issue that she would like to point out kasi she wants to confirm kung tama ba yung nararamdaman niya dahil she mentioned that whenever she's with Pilar, she feels like a protector and she feels like more than a man than a woman. So eto ngayon tayo, magdudugtong ng phase na parang hindi niya napagdaanan before or kung napagdaanan man niya dahil she's so engorged or engrossed with being with this person that's making her happy. Somehow hindi nabigyan ng attention yung face na yon. Na ngayon dahil merong pagbabago sa path ng kanyang buhay dahil merong isang element na nawala, 'di ba? Ang concern niya ngayon, tama ba 'yung nararamdaman niya? Um, for me, hi, K for kicks. Oh, you should send me a letter, 'di ba? Kung talagang ganon. So, for me kasi, I've been exposed to different kinds of people and para sa akin kasi, other people, if they see, eto yun eh, other people if they see people who are considered different from their gender, yung gender orientation nila is different from the physical um, aspect, yung mga LGBTQ. Ngayon nga LGBTQ plus na. Um, I don't know, maybe because I'm comfortable with myself na I don't actually wonder or question these kinds of people na bakit lalaki siya, he's wearing a woman's dress. Or bakit babae siya, she acts like a man. Sa akin, parang that's how people are. For me, gender orientation is not actually a question for me because from what I see with individual people and I interact with them, I see that this is how they are. So it's not the physical aspect, but this is how they are. And I feel happier with people that I know and I can feel that they are more comfortable expressing themselves. Because these are the people who can actually tell you the real things. These are the people who can actually orient you with what is happening. These are the people who can give you their opinion without any hold bars, diba? So have, I mean, they have my respect, and not only for these kinds of orientations, pero with other people. Kasi when I deal with them like a ordinary human being. Well, yeah, I would speak with them and I would see this person who's wearing loads of makeup, pero the voice is like bigger than Ray Langit's voice, diba? Rest in peace. Eh, I mean, I wouldn't mind, diba? I even have loads of people, I have loads of friends that belongs to the gay community. I also have with the lesbian. And I mean, that's how they are. It's not about, let's say, people who will be stereotyping na Well, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. Hindi totoo yun. Kasi in reality, you deal with these people and you become or you build this relationship with them dahil you have build up this respect. But it doesn't mean na I'm a lesbian or I'm a gay. And there's nothing wrong to admit that. And there's nothing wrong if you're not comfortable saying that. So, and with the case of um, Petra, she gets confused with the feelings kasi she feels jealous. Well, let's take that consideration na um, I know Petra, you're listening. Let's take that consideration na you have the special feeling for Pilar. But you have to understand that you cannot just push what you feel if you are not sure. You have to be sure and you have to accept the consequences kasi you cannot trade the years you stayed with Pilar. Kahit ilang taon pa yan na halimbawang nadapa si Pilar, you've been there. Whenever she slipped, you're always there to catch her. Whenever she's crying, you're always there to hand over your handkerchief. Hindi mo siya pwedeng i gamitin na pang-justify na you can be a protector. Kasi in the first place, you started off as friends. So I'm not saying na stop whatever it is that you're feeling, pero I'm encouraging you to learn more about yourself kasi before you involve yourself with something, um, you have to be honest with yourself and you have to be ready. Kasi hindi ibig sabihin na naging kaibigan mo si Pilar, eh pwede mo na sa kanyang isumbat na, bakit hindi mo ko tatanggapin? Kasi kapag nadadapa ka, nandyan ako. Kapag ka nasasaktan ka, nandyan ako. Tinutukso ka ng classmates natin, nandito ako. Lagi ako nandito. Assignments mo, ginagawa ko. Kasi those are the duties or the things that you can offer being a friend. Diba? Ngayon kasi, as you go along, you're having a deeper feelings with Pilar. Pero you cannot just be unfair to put offense on her dahil you feel jealous. Dahil lahat ng mga problems mo, nandiyan, kilala mo si Pilar in and out. Hindi ganon. You have to give respect to Pilar kasi you have to be ready na gustuhin mo mang mangyari at i-offer ang buong mundo para kay Pilar. Si Pilar pa rin at the end of the day ang magdidesisyon nun kung tatanggapin ka at kung hindi ka tanggapin bilang doon sa gusto mong i-offer na more than a sisterly love. Iyan ang pinakamagandang regalo siguro or pinakamalaking respeto na maibibigay mo kay Pilar bilang kaibigan. Kasi, um, hindi mo masasabi na naging kaibigan ka. Kasi, those times na bata pa kayo, hindi mo pa alam na ganyan yung nararamdaman mo. Di ba? I advise you to confirm it yourself. Siguro the best thing, hindi siguro I firmly believe the best thing, di ba, Jed? Correct ka dyan. The best thing na ibibigay ko sa'yo At sana, bigyan mo ng pagkakataon na gawin. Go for a vacation. Okay, pandemic. Given the scenario, it's pandemic. Hindi ka basta-basta makakaalis. I want you to make a distance from Pilar. Bakit? Kasi doon mo malalaman kung ano yung nararamdaman mo. Doon mo malalaman or doon ka magkakaroon ng time sa sarili mo para alamin kung ano ba ang nararamdaman mo. Kasi you can have the best book, you can read the best advice, pero ikaw pa rin yung masusunod. Ikaw pa rin yung magdidesisyon. Kasi you can follow my advice about confirming what you really feel. Pero kung ipipilit ng sarili mo, di ba? So wala rin yung advice ko. Pero I firmly believe that you must do this. Give yourself a time out from being with Pilar. Kasi you have not experienced being away from her. Di ba? Dahil lagi nandyan siya eh. Lagi siya nandyan eh. Ang mas nakakatakot doon, yung hindi ka nag-win off, yung hindi mo muna bibigyan ng time na okay, everyday nagkikita kayo ni Pilar. Next week, gawin mo 5 times a week na lang. So, nabawasan ng 2 araw. Gawin mo ngayon every other day. So, para mga 3 to 4 times a week na lang, di ba? And then, kung walang changes, di ba, gawin mo once a week. Yung face mo kasi will only confuse you kasi lagi siyang nandyan. And then, ang mali doon, yung bang i-redirect mo yung sarili mo sa paniwala mo na baka tomboy ako, or kaya gusto ko siya, mahal ko siya, di ba? Kino-confuse mo yung sarili mo. I'm not saying that it's going to be wrong kung gano'n ang mararamdaman mo, pero give yourself some time to think nang wala si Pilar sa piling mo. Di ba? Kasi, kung hindi mo pa na-experience yun, na malayo kay Pilar, hindi mo malalaman how it feels like. Hindi mo malalaman how it feels like na Pilar is not around. Pilar won't be there. Will it make a difference on what you feel kung wala siya? Kasi the more you see her, the more you justify yourself that yes, I love her more than a friend. Yes, I love her more than a sister. And I would like to be the man of her dream. Kino-confuse mo yung sarili mo. At ikaw rin ang masasaktan nun. Kasi, pag confuse ang sarili mo at ipaglalaban mo ang isang bagay, hindi ka magiging ready kapag hindi ka tinanggap ni Pilar bilang ikaw. Mangyayari pa dyan, and let us be real, baka kamuhian ka niya dahil iisipin niya, all these years, when you were taking a bath, na naked kayo during your childhood years, yung niyayakap mo siya, di ba? Kasi you stated that she fancy the opposite sex, yung mga lalaki. So yun, dun lang kayo magkakaroon ng samaan ng loob. So you have to give yourself some time away from Pilar para malaman mo, pag wala ba si Pilar, will it matter? Pag wala ba si Pilar, mamimiss ko ba siya? Kasi kung hindi, ibig sabihin, it is just a feeling that you are not used to without Pilar. Pero bigyan mo ang sarili mo ng time para masanay or kung ano man ang pakiramdam kung halimbawang hindi mo kasama si Pilar. Kasi kung laging nandyan, lalo ka lang mako-confuse at masasaktan ka niyan kung halimbawa dumating ang araw na magkaroon ng boyfriend si Pilar, magkaroon ng asawa si Pilar. Masasaktan at masasaktan ka kasi hindi mo naranasan na hindi siya kasama. You have not experienced not being with Pilar. You have not experienced being with yourself. Kasi nagkaroon ka kaagad ng parang task when you were a child na ito yung childhood friend ko, she's my friend, I have to protect her. So, at that time, you feel like you became this person na kailangan nandiyan dyan lagi. Pero give yourself some time away from Pilar and try to find out kung ano ba yung nararamdaman mo. Diba? There's an interesting comment from Agala ni Paula. Tomboy si Petra and Pilar. Ew, ayoko. Usapang ket-ket. Okay. Pilar ka ng Pilar ka dyan, Ate Luray. Patay na yung Gregorio del Pilar. Okay. Hi there, Aguila ni Paula. Thank you for coming. And K-Life, thank you for coming. Jed the Learner, thank you for coming. Mega love shoutout sa inyong lahat. Ito yun kasi, from the letter, Petra is the letter sender. She is the childhood friend of Pilar. And they grew up together. There was no moment that they are not away from each other. The more they become closer, when Pilar's brother went to USA for a scholarship, Petra is the only child. So I presume that they stayed together in the same neighborhood from their childhood years up to their early 20s. And she's on her early 20s, more or less the same age of Pilar. But Pilar has to stop studying because Pilar's dad died from COVID just a few months ago, this last year. And um, Petra has to continue studying now. She has this anxiety of being jealous with um, the opposite sex that Pilar has to see or talk to. She feels strange. Bakit ganon? Is it right? She feels that I am a protector of Pilar, and I can even be the man for her. So I was advising Petra to um, give herself a chance to be away from Pilar. Kasi she will only get confused and she will keep on insisting. Kasi meron tayong paniniwala niyan. Sige lang, go lang ng go. Diba? Paglaban mo. Ganyan. Pero, hindi lahat ng tao kailangan natin bigyan ng ganong advice. Bakit? You have to understand the situation. These are two different people. They may be friends, pero Pilar shows a different interest. So probably they will grow on a separate path. Kaso itong si Petra, hindi makamove on dahil nakikita niya na si Pilar may mga ganitong incident. Bakit kailangan niyang merong makipag-usap sa crush niya? So yun na, she feels jealous kasi merong magkakaroon na ng boyfriend si Pilar. So I was advising na magbigay siya ng panahon para sa sarili niya ng malayo kay Pilar. Siguro, ang best way kung hindi siya makakaalis, bigyan niya ng time. Sabihin, hindi man tayo magkikita ngayon na this is only if you are willing. Kasi kahit naman mag-advise ako, you will still insist. Pero 100% Petra, hindi lang ikaw ang masasaktan. Mas masasaktan mo pa si Pilar. I tell you. Mas masasaktan si Pilar. Bakit? Kasi, pag bibiglain mo siya ng ganyan at ipipilit mo yung gusto mo, Sabihin mo, eh kasi mahal ko siya, ganito. Kung ipipilit mong gusto mo, Pilar will only feel na pinaraydor mo siya. Kasi kumbaga, oh, teka muna, best friend tayo. Bakit ganito noon? Ganito ka naman, babae ka noon. Tapos ngayon, magsasabi ka sa akin ng feelings mo. Diba? You are confused now because you have not identified yourself being without Pilar. So give yourself some time and give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Kasi it will not help your relationship with Pilar, mas masasaktan mo siya. If I would say masasaktan ka, mas masasaktan mo siya. Kasi feeling of regret will only hurt the other person if you keep on pushing na hindi, hindi, hindi. Tapos yung isa, ipupush ka away. Ikaw naman, magpapapull ka. Diba? Mas masakit yun dun sa tao na ayoko sa'yo. Hindi. Tinrider mo ko kasi noong bata pa tayo, magkasama tayo ng bathroom, natutulog tayo magkasama. Ibig sabihin, noon pala, may feelings ka na sa akin. Kahit hindi mo sabihin na noon iba yun, ngayon iba. Ganon at ganon ang magiging common reaction ni Pilar. So, bago pa kayo magkasakitan, kailangan bigyan mo ang sarili mo ng time away from Pilar. Mag-soul searching ka, pero wag masyadong mag-search dahil baka naman salubong mo ang soul mo. Hindi, just kidding aside. Siyempre, mag-soul searching ka. Isipin mo, ano ba talaga? Kasi, doon mo lang malalaman yung, or doon mo lang din maiintindihan. Kasi doon ka makakapag-isip. Doon ka makakapag-isip. Dahil sarili mo rin mismo magtatanong sa'yo. 'Di ba minsan meron tayong mga iniisip, tapos merong mga nagtatanong sa isip natin, gano'n. Meron tayong conscience, 'di ba, na, um, ano ba, pupunta ako o hindi? Huwag na lang. May mga gano'n tayo. So, mas maiintindihan mo kung wala kang distraction, kung wala si Pilar sa paligid-ligid. Kasi, yun lang naman ang paraan para mapagbigyan mo ang sarili mo na hindi hindi mali na maramdaman mo yan. Ang magiging mali lang doon kung ipipili mo at alam mo masasaktan ng isa, tapos ipipilit mo at ipapamukha mo sa kanya na hindi ako yung kailangan mo, hindi ang lalaking yan. Mahirap mag-end yung pagkakaibigan ninyo na binuo ninyo nung bata pa kayo dahil lang sa ganyan. Tapos, dadaan ang ilang taon or ilang weeks, may makikilala ka, 'di ba? Kumbaga, pinaasa mo ngayon yung si Pilar kung halimbawang, okay naman pala na ano na maging kami na lang. Tapos isang araw may dumating sa buhay mo. Hindi mo inaasahan kasi we can never tell until you are on that situation, until your heart beats, until you feel something. Hindi natin masasabi. Walang manual sa buhay, walang libro na makakapagbigay ng best advice, kundi ang sarili mo na naiintindihan mo ang iyong sitwasyon. Di ba? Let us pasintabi muna tayo sa ating letter sender at magbasa po tayo ng mga comments ng mga pumasok sa atin, di ba? Mga kaibigan natin. Welcome po sa Lolo's Angels and Soaring High Warriors, di ba? Agila ni Paula. Alam kong Pilar, iniinom ko yun. When I get to Pilar, lugar yun sa Capiz. Um, Bituena, ang bangkay nga wala nakaagnas. Hahaha, Paulaladina. Di ko pa napuntahan iyon. Pundasyon ng building iyon. Okay? Um, Ayun palang PPPP story. Si Petra naman, di ba kabay? Guys, it's not the real name. They just requested, I mean, Petra just requested to keep their names under those names, Petra and Pilar. Si Wena gusto niya, kabuang na kayo. Magpapadala ako ng letter, hingi ako ng advice sa Lulay sa ongoing relationship ko. Oh, sure, of course. Diba? Teka, let me pin up the email address. Diba? Para naman, diba? Diyan kayo magsasend ng inyong letters. And send tayo ng letter para ongoing relationship natin outside the other relationship. Sige, go! Taga Bukid Nyor, mega mega love shout out, o diba, Ate Keshi? Hi, sis head from Taga Bukid. Everyone saying hi. Hati ang ulo. Hati Lulay. Minsan kasi tayo rin yung nagbibigay ng pag-asa sa mismong sarili natin. Tayo yung nagbibigay ng karapatan sa sarili natin kahit wala naman. That is actually what, yes, pertaining to what I said. We keep on insisting what we think is correct, what we believe is correct, without even thinking about the consequences. Kasi doing that doesn't only involve you, it also involves the person that you are dealing with or you are insisting such issue with. Kasi hindi mo hawak ang isip niya. Diba? Hindi mo hawak ang isip niya. Hindi mo alam kung ano yung gusto niya. Tapos i-insist mo. So, nagiging selfish ka noon. Kaya nga, Petra, I firmly believe that you have to give yourself some time away without Pilar para makapag-isip-isip ka sa sarili mo. Another one is, minsan kasi kaunting sweetness lang nakikita natin. Nag-assume na tayo. Kaya wag maging assumer. Instead, maging... Oo nga, mahirap mag-assume kapag, di ba? Lahat kasi ngayon, hindi mo dapat bigyan ng kulay. Lahat ng mga nakikita mo dapat kino-confirm mo mismo dun sa tao. Hindi ka manghihingi ng affirmation sa ibang tao na sasabihin, oh, crush ko niyan. Kasi kung hindi ka niyan crush, hindi yan ganito, hindi yan ganyan, di ba? Ikaw na mismo dapat ang magpo-point out. And there are other ways on how to do that. Ikaw rin ang magkakaroon ng idea kung paano. Kaya nga, mas maganda dahil binibase mo yung feelings mo sa number of years na kasama mo si Pilar. Marahil kasi, you have identified yourself being the older version of Pilar or being the older, better half of Pilar. Pero does Pilar see you in that way? Diba? Mas masakit yun kung ikaw mag-a-assume tapos hindi naman pala ganun yung gusto ni Pilar. Kaya give yourself some time away from Pilar kasi it's not going to be easy na magsabi ka and then hindi naman pala iyon, masasaktan ka lang. Diba? Thank you so much, NHV Varias, sa patamsak mo. Salamat po. Soaring High Official, pwede ba mag-topic ko po sa atin? Why not? Send ka ng letter. Send ka ng letter. Sis, wala kang sound card. I'm only using the V8. I don't have yung ibang sounds kasi, kaya we will see later sa mga other. Marami pa kasi mga churulot na ginagawa, kaya um, the only thing right now, yung discussion muna. Kaya hindi ako nagtatagal sa mga live stream ko about these topics kasi I'm only concentrating so far for the reading and advising for the letter sender. But in the coming months, yes, there will be some changes and improvements that I would like to create and add dito po sa ating program. Diba? From Soaring High Official, hindi halata, mahilig ka kasi sa bato-bato. Anong mga bato-bato yon? How would I, hindi ko alam. Ay, hindi. Meron kasi ako. Kaya lang, hindi kasi kagaya nito. O, diba? O, yun. And, sino si Pilar at si Petra? Panoorin mo uli. Ex-tala idol. Idol again. Keshi, wag na yung ex. Finis ba? Ex-panis ba? Nagkamantik pa ako magkamali ng basa. X kayo ng X. May check naman. Ang X, hinahanap lang sa math. Ba kayo? Ang Y sa physics. Ay sa sa science. When I get, si Makoy nandun na sa Warriors. Diba? Yes. Kay life, nako, oo. Na-ex-jowa na next na lang. And when I get for Soaring High official, matagal nang may Makoy sa Warriors. Diba? Dalawa. O, diba? So, ayun nga, mga kalulers. Sana po, and I know si Petra is listening right now or watching us right now, pinakamagandang gawin mo, have some time away from Pilar and give yourself a time. Yung sarili mo talaga. Kung makakaalis ka, mas maganda. Magbakasyon ka para sa sarili mo, magbakasyon ka at mag-isip ka. Kasi hanggat hindi mo nagagawa yan, mananatili ka lang na confused at mananatili ka lang na ipipilit ang gusto mo. At the end, ikaw rin ang masasaktan. Diba? Pilit ka ng pilit, may masasaktan ka rin naman. Diba? Kaya, we are already at the end of our rainbow, ang ating program. Meron po akong kanta. Diba? Pero, hindi ko ipapatunog yung churot sound ha. Kasi, ayoko na mag-edit. 1 hour na nga lang to tapos edit ko pa. Di na, bawasan na, di ba? Pagbigyan nyo na ako. Ito yung naisip ko kasi na, bagay sa letter ng ating letter sender today. So, ayan na. Pero hindi ko paririnig yung sounds. Bahala na lang kayo. Kung anetch. Yan. Diba? Okay. Wala kayong maririnig na ano.
Learn from Olympia Internationals at the Milo Sports Clinic online. Watch now.
Hindi ba? Thank you so much. 1878 Orange, thank you so much. Generic Rodriguez second account, thank you. Ngayon wala narinig na autograph. Why not? Thank you so much. And meron pa pong isa ha. Ayan. Kasi nga maraming katanungan si Sister Petra for all the questions that she's been asking. Let's try
plus siomai. Chowking siomai
to encourage her.
Take out or delivery.
For her to find herself. She needs to have that time alone without yan. Nakapin po sa taas ng email address for those who want to have that invited. Next week, we'll have again session on Friday next week, almost the same time. So, para po sa lahat, did you see her pass this way? What is it about her? Makes me feel this way. Is it her eyes? But I'm not so sure. Is it her laughter? Something I've never done before. So many questions, but the answers are so few. All I really know is I love you. So many questions, but the answers are so few. All I really know is I love you. What is it about her? Makes me stare or makes me wanna run my fingers through her hair. Why she makes me feel this way? Will I find her, baby? But I'm not so sure. Will she be mine? Can't stand it searching anymore. So many questions, but the answers are so few. All I really know is I love you. So many questions, but the answers are so few. All I really know is I love you. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying. So many questions, but the answers are so few. All I really know is I love you. So many questions, but the answers are so few. All I really know is I love you. Seems the only time I see her near is when I close my eyes. Should I keep it that way? The only way I can make her stay. Yun agad talagang nakita ko. Helicopter. Ayan, di ba mga kalulers? Nakapin po dyan ang ating email address. And always, always, tatlo po lagi ang ating kanta. So I will be doing my final song to end our session. Diba? Puro lahat pasakit, pero this is the first song that I appreciate with one of the
May
first
sarap ng
songs
bagong
na
ihaw
I
in every box.
at ito yung
Manginasal,
isa sa mga
take out or
naalala
delivery.
kong first concert na napanood ko when I was in college. Kaya di ba, para po sa lahat, for our final and closing song for tonight. We often fool ourselves and say that it's love only, cause when it's gone, we end up being is all that means to me. Being happy is all I hope you'd be. Yeah. And loving you must mean I really have to set you free. Letting go is not an easy task. When smiling feels like I must wear this lonely mask. It hurts deep inside, and I just cannot hide that there's anguish at the thought that we should have to part. If loving you is all that means to me, being happy is all I hope you'll be. Yeah, yeah. And loving you must mean I really have to set you free. If loving you is all that means to me, then being happy is all I hope you'll be. Yeah, yeah. Then loving you must mean I really have to set you free. Ayan po. And we have a few minutes to spare para po sa ating mga kapatid, sa mga kaibigan natin. After the program, syempre, I'm giving you all the time para po magdikitan tayo. So, whichever it is, sa lahat po ng hindi natin nakadikitan, magkahalo po ngayon dumating ang CNHV ay nagpunta po dito kanina. So I'll go about from the beginning. For those who visited and stayed, I really appreciate Catch, Fry, and Grill Resto. She was here. Thank you so much for visiting. 1878 Orange, thank you so much for your support. Janric Rodriguez, thank you so much. Liano's Adventure, thank you, thank you. When I Get a Channel, thank you so much, Sissy Koy. And K for Kick, salamat po. Thank you. Keshibu and K-Life, thank you so much. K-Life, thank you so much. Jed the Learner, thank you so much and good luck for your online BS. Sino pa po? Naku, baka makalimutan po ako at I really appreciate your time with us. Agila ni Paula, Pak na Pak, diba, Sister Red? And we also have Taga-Bukid. Salamat sa pagdalo, Taga-Bukid. And we have going down, we have teka, hindi ko na-miss ko ata to. Minsan meron din mga potassium. Na-miss ko yun Pak na pak yun, di ba? Soaring High Official, thank you so much for coming. Mga supporters po natin and friends and family natin yan. NHV Various, thank you so much po. Opo yung sound card, pero sige po, magtatanong-tanong ako. Magtatanong din ako kay Alfie. K-Life, thank you so much. And Taga-Bukid, thank you so much. Pwede po kayo magbaba ng inyong mga links. 1878, thank you for staying. Janric's second account, thank you so much. And who else? May mga dumating pa po tayo. My Day. Nagbaba po si My Day ng kanyang bahay at lablabin po natin yan at magbabalik po yan sa inyo. Lagyan lang po kayo ng bakas ng soaring or lulay, alam na po niya. Legit po yan, magbabakas po yan sa inyo. Magbabalik po yan, magsusukli po yan. So si Day Day, her channel, her house is My Day Journey. Yan, kilala rin po yan ni Alfie. Day Day. Marida ni Day Day Journey. Pak na pak ka. Diba? Thank you for staying. Kaya pwede po kayong maglablaban. Iyan. Ang hindi na lang ata ninyo kadikit ay si Dayday. So, tamsakan nyo po, sugurin ang bahay niya para po kayo po ay maging friends. Diba? Mega love shoutout po sa 8 million in the house. Thank you for staying with us. Gusto po ba ninyong isang kanta? Para naman po magbigay-pugay dun sa mga bagong dating lang po. Titingin pa po ako ng isang kanta bago po tayo magpaalam. Ayaw kasi medyo pilit-pilit dito at natutulog na po yung mga katabi ko. Maglablaban po kayo dyan. Para po, ayan, di ba? Kasi nga, I'm advising Petra to have some time away from Pilar.
Stressed sa tagal ng
Kaya
payday,
malamang ito yung
ang lower tiyan pwedeng sumakit ng OA. Ibuskupan, tinatarget ang source of pain para ang sakit mabilis matanggal.
Para siguro din sa mga nagkakawalayan, bago po sa inyong support at inyong tiwala. At magpapaalam na po tayo, and we still have 2 more minutes para eksakto 1.5 tayo. So nagbaba po ng bahay si Wenagweta, nang hihingi po siya ng pagmamahal. Sugurin na po natin at magbigay lang po ng bakas. Pwede niyo pong lagyan ng lulay para po, kahit wala akong hashtag, lulay na lang, from lulay. Para medyo cute naman ang mga comments, di ba? Wala nang hashtag. Ayan. Susugurin po natin. Nagbaba po si Dayday and si Wenagweta. Ipipin ko po Bali, nakapin po dyan previously, send your letters through lovinglylulay@gmail.com for any advice if you'd like to consult. At ipipin po natin for about a minute ang bahay ni My Day Journey. At sigurin po ninyo, diba? Magbaba pa po kayo kung gusto po ninyo magbaba. I can extend for a couple of minutes more after an hour and 30. Pagpatong po ng 30, papalitan ko naman po ang nakapin sa taas. Sugurin na po natin siya. Diba mga friends? Friend ko po yan si My Day Journey. Dito naman po lahat kayo. Si Buena Cueta ang susunod. Kung meron pa pong gustong magpaba pa po kayo ng inyong bahay. You're welcome po. Ayan. So, now it's time for Buenagüeta's turn naman. Diba? Lablabin po natin siya. Thank you so much. Gusto ko pa ninyo isang kanta para habang naghihintay po tayo. Diba?
So ano ba sa usual sa bahay?
Ano yung lahat naka-open? Day-bye.
Banana ketchup. Maiba naman, di ba? Level up
Hindi
with
kasi meron
ketchup
akong
with
dalawang
UNC Kamis ang
electric fan
banana
dito.
ketchup.
Kaya kala mo, feeling mo para kung nasa nasa aeroplano. But I don't remember the feeling anymore. Thank you, Buena. The promises we made seem easier then. As if we knew our love would never end. But seasons change, and time erases the tears as swiftly as the rivers disappear. So while the sun still breathes that sacred note, and the words still sing of the love I know, it isn't quite the way it was before. I remember the boy, but I don't remember the feeling. I remember the boy, I don't remember the feeling anymore. Kaya maglablaban po kayo, 1 minuto na lang. Salamat sa lahat. Thank you so much. Pa-ending na po, and after nito, sasabihin ko na po ang aking verse. Sa dinami-dami ng aking panandali ang laman, patilanang ng tagpo. Ang isa pa lamang binabalikan, halapanan ng kahapon, pinabayaan sa dinamit-dami ng aking kapiling. Kung sino-sino ang umibig sa akin, isa pa lamang ang inaasam-asam. Ang nakalipas di maaaring balikan. At kahit iba na ang minamahal mo, kung sino man ang siyang may-ari ng iyong puso, ang bawat pangalan, kalaro, hanggang ang isa pa lamang ang minamahal. Sa mga tao na sabi ng pangalan ako sa isang pangalan. Diba? Sa dinami-dami ng aking nakatingin, kung sino-sino ang umibig sa akin, isa pa lamang ang inasam-asam. Ang nakalipas di maaaring balikan. At kahit iba na minamahal mo, kung sino man ang siyang may-ari ng iyong puso, ang bawat pangalan, alam mo, kaibigan, isa pa lamang ang minahal ko ng ganito. At kahit iba na minamahal mo, kung sino man ang siyang may-ari ng iyong puso, ang bawat pangalan, alam mo, kaibigan, isa pa lamang ang minahal ko ng ganito. Isa pa lamang, isa pa lamang, isa pa lamang, ang minahal ko na ganito. Ayan po, mga friends. Salamat po. Until next Friday, mga friends. Hindi po natin alam, baka po magkaroon ng live streaming tomorrow. At isi-share ko po sa ating mga community ang mangyayaring live streaming tomorrow dahil morning, I know na may magiging available on Saturday morning. Kaya sa ating pong mga friends dyan, Always remember, salamat po, Wenage. Thank you. Always remember, life is so short and life is for living. Dahil on Lulay of all aces, you learn nonsense useful things that you can apply on your daily lives. Kaya, thank you for watching.